Not available. Hey soul makers. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a ride into a story of healing, connection, and the unexpected magic found in the company of horses. Buckle up, because we're heading to Whispering Wind Stables. A place where hearts find solace and burdens are lifted, one hoofbeat at a time. A dream deferred. For years, horses held a special place in my heart. As a child, I dreamt of galloping across open fields, wind whipping through my hair. But life, with its relentless demands, pushed those dreams aside. 4 children, each with their own whirlwind of activities, became my focus. Soccer games, dance recitals, hockey practice. The years became a blur of carpools, packed lunches, and sideline cheers. My own needs, my own passions, were relegated to the dusty corners of my mind. Reclaiming my time. Then, came the bittersweet emancipation. My children were growing, spreading their wings and venturing into their own worlds. The nest, once overflowing with frenetic energy, began to feel strangely quiet. It was then, with a jolt of self-awareness, that I realized I was lost, adrift in a sea of forgotten dreams. That's when the idea struck: reclaim my Saturdays. A radical notion in our family-centric life, but a necessary one. Every Saturday, from 2 p.m. onwards, became my sacred time, a fortress of solitude against the relentless tide of obligations. This wasn't a whim, it was a declaration of self-preservation. The sanctuary of straw and sweat. The transition wasn't without its challenges. Family lunches, once a chaotic midday ritual, had to be rescheduled for a later hour. Initially, there were grumbles and furrowed brows. But eventually, they understood. Perhaps they saw the shift in me, the newfound lightness in my step, the sparkle that had returned to my eyes. Happy mama, happy home, became the unspoken mantra. My Saturdays at Whispering Wind Stables followed a familiar, comforting rhythm. Arriving early, I'd pause at the stable entrance, inhaling deeply. The air, heavy with the scent of hay and leather, was a balm to my soul. The first 2 hours were spent in a satisfying ballet of chores. Mucking stalls, hauling hay bales, each movement felt purposeful. A way to reconnect with the earth, to sweat and feel the satisfying ache of exertion. Laughter mingled with the rhythmic scrape of the shovel as I chatted with Mary, the barn manager, or exchanged stories with other horse enthusiasts. The joy of riding. The real joy, however, came with riding Tara, my leased chestnut mare. The act of saddling her was a ritual in itself, a quiet conversation between rider and horse. As I swung onto her back, the world seemed to shrink to the gentle sway beneath me. Sometimes, I rode with friends, their company a welcome companion. But equally rewarding were the solo rides, where the rhythm of her hooves became a metronome for my thoughts. It was a time for introspection, for processing the week's baggage, and for simply being present in the moment. A shared space of grief. Returning from a recent trip, I felt a familiar pang of homesickness. Arriving at the stables that Saturday, earlier than usual, I hoped the solace of Tara's company would chase away the lingering blues. As I wiped the sweat off my brow, Mary approached, her usually bright eyes clouded with sadness. "Did you hear about Heather?" she asked softly. It was so unexpected. Lost her son last week. The news hit me like a physical blow. Heather, the gentle woman with laugh lines etched around her kind eyes. I just met her adorable grandchildren last month, their energy a whirlwind of giggles and scraped knees. Her son, then, must have been around my age. Grief, a heavy shroud, settled around us. We stood there, the weight of Heather's loss settling upon the barn. Yet, even in the face of such sorrow, a quiet resilience bloomed. Healing together. The following Saturday, a small group gathered after the usual chores. Mary, her eyes still red-rimmed, suggested a group ride in Heather's memory. We rode in a loose formation. The silence punctuated only by the rhythmic clopping of hooves, and the occasional rustle of leaves in the cool spring breeze. There were no words needed. The shared experience, the unspoken understanding of life's harsh realities, formed a powerful bond between us. A place to mend. As the weeks turned into months, Heather found a space to grieve without judgment. Sometimes, she confided in us, sharing stories about her son. Other times, she rode alone, finding solace in the wind and tears. One day, she arrived with her grandchildren, their joy a balm to her heart. Watching them reconnect with their pony, Pepper, was a reminder of life's enduring power to heal. The bond at the stables wasn't limited to grief. Sarah, the shy teenager, began to open up to Mary, finding support for her anxiety. Laughter, stories, and quiet conversations filled the air. We were a motley crew, united by our love for horses and the comfort they provided. A sanctuary forged. One crisp autumn evening, we gathered around a crackling bonfire, a simple celebration of our newfound community. As the flames danced, I realized the sanctuary I found extended far beyond riding. It was a sanctuary for the soul, a place where hearts could mend and burdens could be eased. The horses, with their quiet strength, were the heart of this haven. And I knew, with a deep certainty, that this little island of peace would forever hold a special place in my heart. Soulmakers, what did you think? Did the story transport you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey, like this video and subscribe for more heartwarming tales. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to hear more about the future of Whispering Wind Stables. Until next time, stay kind, stay grateful, and find your own sanctuary.